everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lena. I recently saw this TikTok over here. I spend way too much time on TikTok. This came up on my For You page and I instantly knew that I had to do it. So today I will be doing this craft, turning old VHS clamshells into Disney pin trading storage. So the first thing I had to do, obviously, is get the materials needed for this craft. And the first thing is VHS clamshells. Unfortunately, my family got rid of the VHS tapes that we had at a garage sale several years ago. So I went to half price books. They were $2 a piece, so I grabbed 2 of them of conveniently 2 of my favorite Disney movies, Peter Pan and Aladdin. I'm gonna clean them up a little bit and they will be good to go. I have not decided what I'm doing with the VHS tapes themselves, but for this craft, we are just using the clamshells. I got some E6000 glue. I got foam core, cork. I decided to go with the tiles instead of a roll because I knew I wouldn't be needing quite so much and it was a little cheaper to do the tiles. I also grabbed an X-Acto knife to help cut out the foam core and the tile. And the only other thing you're gonna need is pins. So it's super simple. This is clearly not a great crafting space, so let's move in to a different room where I can show you guys this craft and we can work on this together and see how it turns out. Okay, so I've got everything here in front of me. You can see my VHS tapes. So we're gonna start by taking out, holy moly. Do you see this? This is Peter Pan. What is that? That does not say Peter Pan, this is Pinocchio. You gotta be kidding me. What's this one? Oh, okay, so this one's correct. That one's Aladdin. So it's a good thing I didn't buy this for the tapes. That's actually really funny and I should have looked. But we're gonna take Pinocchio here and we're gonna trace out on both the cork and the foam core. Now you could use just cork, but cork is pretty pricey, so I was gonna do a layer of foam core first and then a layer of cork on top, just so there's extra support for those pins once they're in there. So I'm going to do this right now and speed it up for you. So because it's been forever since I've used a VHS, I just noticed that there's this little pokey thing here. So I'm gonna go ahead and use my X-Acto knife and cut that off as well, just so that I can make sure everything's flush inside. Okay, so I just got done cutting. You saw me grab a cutting board halfway through. I just wanted to be safe and make sure I wasn't cutting my table. So my squares are definitely not perfect, but I'm not worried about it because they're gonna be forced into here anyways. You don't have to glue it down, but because I bought these for crafting purposes, I am gonna glue it down. So that's why I have the E6000 glue to make sure it's good and safe in there. The cork does make a bit of a mess, so I will definitely be vacuuming after this. But you're gonna start by placing and gluing the foam core. I mean, clearly I don't have straight edges, but that's okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. Okay. So there is one side done. The glue does say it'll take up to 48 hours to finish curing. Honestly, this is tight enough in the clamshell, even without the glue, that I don't think there's gonna be any problems with it. But that should just give it that extra reinforcement so that nothing goes out. And then I'm gonna put something on the other side here. And there you have it. I'm a little worried about it sticking on this side here. It's definitely gonna need, I'm gonna put some pressure on it and make sure that it glues down. The glue is still wet and will be for a little bit because it doesn't stick inside as well as this side does just because of the way the clamshell is. But it'll still close up nicely. Yeah, that's the side I was worried about. So I'm gonna let this sit open for a little bit. Now, if you are doing this yourself, you could paint the cork. I decided not to because I'm just gonna be putting assorted pins in here. Currently, my pins have just been in this bag, so I'm really excited to have them in the clamshells. And then I will use the clamshells on my bookshelf as decoration as well, which is why I picked two of my favorite movies. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the Aladdin one off camera, and I will come back and show you both of them with pins inside. All right, so I've got my finished VHS tapes here. I went ahead and added like my Peter Pan pins in this one. And I decided to add my princess pins in this one to start. I love how this Peter Pan one turned out. I think it's super cute. I'm happy I put the foam core behind the cork because it does add some support, so these pins are not gonna fall out. So I can store the pins on both sides and have it sit like this on my shelf and not worry about them. When these are close together, these are pretty close in touching because of the way the clamshell is, so you don't want to put too thick of pins. This clamshell is struggling just a little bit because it is smushed in the corner there. So just watch if you decide to do this craft. This just isn't closing very well, but that's all based on the VHS clamshell that I picked. So be sure you're picking one in good condition still. This one's just struggling to stay closed. Now, I'm still gonna use it on my shelf because you're not gonna be able to notice when it's sitting there, even if you had them standing up like this, no one's gonna know. So I love this craft. It didn't take very long at all. I do still need to let the glue cure a little longer. That's something that's up with this one. But all in all, this is a very fun craft and a really fun and unique way to store your pins. So if you're someone like me with a small collection and just wanted a couple cute little places to keep everything, or if you've got a massive collection and a ton of VHS that you wanted to repurpose, this is such a good way to do it. Like I said, you don't have to glue these in. If you're going to do this craft and not glue in the cork, I do not recommend putting them on the front cover, just because they're not gonna stay in unless they're glued down. So if you decide to not glue, just do the back side and then you won't have to worry about the closing like with this one. So I'm gonna end things there. You can see my pin pile behind me as I was sorting through them, but I am super thankful that you stopped by to watch this video. I really hope you liked it. Give this video a thumbs up if you did. Also, let me know in the comments your favorite Disney movie, and if you watched it on VHS, if you still have the VHS. Like I said, I don't have any of my VHS, but these are definitely two of my favorite movies. So I would love to know your thoughts. And if you can hit that subscribe button so you can come back and see more videos like this one, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye everyone.